Luis in Edinburgh, Texas. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. But call me Mo Better, because I'm have you seeing Mo Better, looking Mo Better. I'm going to show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. When I cut Zeiss Duravision Platinum Anti-Glare for your Oakley 5140, which is the Tie Bar 0.5 color O2, which is the satin cortine. Let me take everything out of the original packaging as Oakley sends it to me. And I should back up and say that, let me back up and say that I am an authorized Oakley dealer, but I just don't have all the frames on my website. So go to the contact me page of the website. Let me know what model number, size, Oakley, and color you want, and I will order it for you. This, of course, it comes with a hard shell case. It comes with a carrying bag that doubles as a cleaning cloth. This comes in semi-rimless frames. Ooh, you even have an extra string in there sealed in a bag, and I'm going to see that. It's like your prize in a Cracker Jack, but I'm going to leave that for you. Take the frame out. Of course, it comes with, 2 plastic sleeves on each temp, and I will put that on there when I ship to you. They always come with one on the left. It's rare you see a second one on there, but this is the Tie Bar 0.5. On the left temple, it says OX5140, color O2 in the 54 eye size, satin cortine. Now this frame also comes in an 56 eye size, and it comes in several other colors, but it comes in a 54 and a 56. 56 is what I meant to say. Color O2 is the satin cortine. It's a little bit of a copper with a brown, really nice color. And of course, this is all titanium, including the titanium nose pads, titanium temples, titanium front. And the Tie Bar has this cool little clip that when you fold it and stick it in your pocket, it will stay, well, you got to put it in there, it will clip to your shirt pocket. And let me begin. Now, normally I would pop the lenses out and trace the inside of the frame. However, this is known as semi-rimless. I still need to program this shape into the computer, but I need to use a different tool when doing so. But first I need to put 2 dots on your lenses. Uno, once. I just like saying once. It sounds like a fun number. So, all right, 2 dots, points across. Take the frame, the lens out. Line that up with a line that's on this tool, and now I will trace the outside, the radius, the circumference. I'm making up words. I have no idea what it means. I'm putting it on this thingamajig that's gonna go round and tell me what I need to know. So I'm going to tell it to trace the right lens only. When I do that, it's going to ask for the bridge size, which is 16. The computer starts at 18, so I'm going to type in 16. And a little stylus is going to pop up, go around and trace the outside of the right lens. But it's not going to go that direction. It's going to back out. Ooh, did you see that one coming? Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy any genuine Oakley frame that I sell, and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipts have my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for your purchase. Now, you'll get your out-of-network reimbursement, but you'll get the full reimbursement if you have an HSA flex card. I'm going to move on to the next screen. It's going to ask for your pupillary distance starting at 32.5. Your PD is 63, divided by 2 is 31.5, so I'm going to tap the minus button a couple times. I'm going to raise the optical center height up to 20. I never cut on center. I always move it up because you look through the upper quadrant of the lens. I'm going to go 2 above and cut it at 20. So, I need to get your lenses prepped. Your Zeiss Duravision Platinum Anti-Glare. Your right eye reads minus 150, minus 150 at 20. I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 20. Minus 150, minus 150. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Put the power drum on minus 150. Put the lens in. Rotate it until the spherical component comes into view first. which is the 150. Check your astigmatism correction, which is another 1.5 diopters. Get everything centered, put 3 dots on your lenses. Uno, once, once. And this is the right lens. I told you, I just like saying that number. And what I always do is I like to highlight the lens packet so you know what you're getting from Zeiss with the Duravision Platinum. So your right eye is minus 150, minus 150, Duravision Platinum. The AS stands for aspheric. Aspheric simply means it's not spherical, it's not round in every direction. Not only the thinner and lighter, but it has a flatter front curvature to fit in today's flatter front curvature frame. So it gives you a wider field of view and a better cosmetic look. And of course that is the, let's use that little box. Let's go ahead and write everything out. That is the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left. Minus 2 1/4, minus 1, minus 2 1/4, minus 1 at 130. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Put the power drum on minus 2 1/4. Now it's a very high mathematical term, 2 1/4. I had to go to college to learn that term. Get everything laid out perfectly. Check your astigmatism correction. Always read both meridians of power on the lenses before beginning, just to make sure that no lens is ever put in the wrong packet, which has only ever happened to me once. But it's enough for me to check that every single time now. No, I don't have OCDs. No, I don't repeat myself. No, I don't have OCDs. No, I don't repeat myself. Were you not listening to me? No, I don't have OCDs. And I marked that one L for left. And let me highlight the prescription on here, minus 2 1/4. Am I repeating myself? Duravision Platinum, the aspheric, and this is the left lens. And if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Okay, so you can tell I haven't done this before. Capital R, lowercase letters. Capital L, capital everything else after that. No, it's a good thing I don't have OCDs. Or I'd have to go back, erase that, get my white out, cover the back up, write it the same way. So, I need a block, or as I call them, Jenny from the, it's hiding there, I know it's in there. So, I leave these out if I'm doing videos so they dry out and get perfect on there. But I need to apply 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got 2 here. I never reuse a wet one, so maybe I do have OCDs. I like to tell my wife I have OCDs when it comes to cleaning. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. That's what I call it. Hey, thank you, whoever that was. I'll get your order processed and shipped. Well, I got to get it ordered. I can't ship just yet. I'm going to pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. The silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. And I'm going to line up those 3 dots. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is inside that orange crosshairs of a scope, so I measure vertically and horizontally to make sure everything is sitting dead center in front of your pupil. I always like to make sure the lens is large enough to fit, and it is. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which I can identify with because I ain't right either. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky, line up that magnet, same pupillary distance, same optical center height since he's the same in both eyes. The optical center will always be the same. The PD does vary, but not in this video. Watch my next video and maybe it will vary. Make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy one, and I can take the day off. And you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs who likes saying once, once over again. You can do it at home. Literally, that's all you need to cut your own lenses. It's a $40,000 machine, a place to park it, an account with Zeiss, an account with Oakley, training on how to use everything, a college degree, a website, and a paper towel. Once you have those, then you can start your own online empire like I have. So I'm going to wake up the computer, job ID number 2697, 2697, or as I like to say, installment 2697 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. Now stay tuned, spoiler alert, make sure you watch episode number 330 million because something crazy is going to happen. Just wacky. The kids will love it. So, these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high-index plastic or Trivex, I would select that material. These are semi-rimless, meaning it will cut a groove. Let's do this. Let's go, and I will show you the grooving wheel. So the other ones get a V-shaped bevel. Let me clean this off. This is all from the safety bevel that comes off your lenses. There's a little bit that I have to manually clean off, but the machine gets most of it. Come down here, drop that into the dust bin, the Schwarf bin. But this is the wheel that does the safety bevel. The grinding wheel is back there. This is a very small version of the grinding wheel, just like on my handstone. But it's a really, really fine grit sandpaper. This is a blade that's going to cut a groove 0.6 of a millimeter into the lens, and it's going to be 0.6 of a millimeter wide to accommodate your 0.5, your 0.5 millimeter string thickness, with 1/10 of a millimeter to grow on. All right, I'm going to hit the backup button. This is the cutting wheel. This is the diamond crusted wheel that's going to grind away your lens material. It's still going to go on the bevel wheel, but it's going to go on the flat side of it. So I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens, but I am going to, this is one time I'm going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, a lighter one, and I'm going to put a heavier bevel on the back surface of the lens, the concave. Press the sticker on there firmly, place the magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. I know free bad jokes with the purchase of every pair of glasses. So the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by two styluses, formerly known as the white styluses. Now they're a little dingy, almost the same color as my teeth. And it's going around tracing the shape of the right lens, and then measuring the thickness of the lens to know where halfway is to put the bevel so the string can go in there. Actually cut the groove for the string to go into. In just a moment, the lens will drop down onto the rough cutting wheel. Water will begin flowing in the back of the machine. That is there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the lenses, from the cutting wheel. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. This is the same material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. In their Oakleys, all soldiers wear Oakley frames with this material. Now it also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So this is permanent sunscreen, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that you have to reapply every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun there in southeast Texas. This is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Zeiss offers the most complete UV protection. All the other frame companies protect up to 380 nanometers. Zeiss protects up to 400 nanometers of wavelength. You get sunglass level protection in every pair of clear lenses. That's how much protection there is. Now the machine that applies the anti-glare literally vaporizes not 1 but 8 different coatings onto the lens. In between the coatings you have to go through a cleaning process where they do an acid wash, cleaning the lens and air drying it. And they have to do that 7 times in order to apply the 8 coatings. And that takes 24 hours. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. Now anti-glare is 3 features. It reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead, fluorescent lights, and such. The second feature, it's known by the acronym ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating, so it reduces reflection. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. It makes for much better eye contact. Or if you take a selfie you're less likely to see the phone in your lens, or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see that. And of course, the third feature, the industry's harder scratch coating that I mentioned. So now it's cutting the groove. That blade is spinning very fast and slicing a 0.6 of a millimeter bevel, well, groove. It's an inverted bevel, a female bevel versus the typical male bevel. That sounds so sexy, saying the typical male bevel. So the semi-rimless frames, this is known as semi-rimless because they're semi being Latin, which literally translates to half of. No, I took 4 years of French and I've forgotten all of that. And I don't know what semi stands for in Latin, but you have half of a rim going around. Now don't quote me to the exact mathematics, that might not be half, but that's just the term semi-rimless. So the other semi of this is metal, the other semi is string. 20-pound monofilament, which that if you step on, a lot of people say I'm rough on glasses, I can't do this. Au contraire, mon frère. See, I remember that French. This is just like a breakaway goal in basketball. If you step on these or sit on these and more than 20 pounds of force is applied, the string breaks and the frame goes rather limp. Just like a breakaway goal in basketball, so the backboard does not crack or smash. This is a 2-minute repair for free at 99% of all optical shops. I'll even include the string that Oakley provides. This is the pattern. I have a patternless edger. Usually in the old days you would clip this pattern onto it, but I just have the sticker and I put any lens onto that. Let me go ahead and clean the 2 dots that I put on there so that when you receive all the manufacturer's original packaging, it is in mint condition, or as we say in the old days, no dotted condition. No dotteronis. But just like the fish spawns upstream to return back to where it was spawned, you can send this lens back to me and I will use this pen and I will dot it again. Do this in every 20-year cycle, so 20 years from now, Luis, send that back to me. And take the lens out, dry everything off. Now usually I would mount it into the frame, but this time I'm going to go ahead and flip that over to L. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Chuckarama, the Chuckaroo, or today I'm calling it the Luis. Hit the green start button. Just like before, the door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by the 2 off-white styluses. I need to get in there and clean that. And you can see as this goes around tracing the shape of the left side of the frame. And again, measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And you can see how thick that lens is when it's getting started. Look at that. That's the thickest part of your lens. You hardly got nothing there. So, we'll go ahead and take this block off. Pull the sticker away. I'm going to take my thumbnail and go all the way around the convex front surface of the lens. And now do the concave rear surface of the lens. Run my thumbnail around once the inside of the lens, get anything out of the groove there. I have this toothbrush. Don't worry, it has never been in my mouth. I just won't tell you what it has been in. No, I'm just kidding. I should not even joke about that. But I crack jokes. I'm a joke cracker. What can I tell you? By the way, Goober says hey. My wife and I were in Mount Airy this weekend. It's the hometown of Sheriff Andy Taylor, Andy Griffith from that show. And everyone tells Goober would walk up to you and say, Gomer Pyle. would walk up to you and always say, "Goober says hey," and they have that on hats and t-shirts. It's great. It's hysterical. I was embarrassed being from North Carolina. I was embarrassed of that show when I was young because I thought it portrayed North Carolina in a bad light. Now I love that show. It portrays North Carolina as ways that we should all live by currently now. And treat everyone nice. This is the middle of the coronavirus. There is turmoil in my country that I refuse to talk about on camera. But treat everyone nice. Everyone get along well. Whatever conflict you have, make sure it ends in 30 minutes and Aunt B will bring you some fried chicken. So, what else is there in life? But Barney Fife, the deputy on the show who used to carry a bullet in his pocket, he would refer to himself as a joke cracker. That just sounds so stupid. I got to repeat it myself the same way. So, I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 20. I've rubbed off the PD, the dot that's in front of your pupil, so I need to find it on my own again. Read the power. Before I forget, let me put a dot on the lens. Read the power, and I'm getting minus 150, exactly halfway between 1 and 2, because that's what your prescription is. 1.5, 1.5, 1.50. How else would you like me to say it? So, the unit of measurement in the optical world is called a diopter, starting at 0 and going up in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. You're on the 6th rung of a ladder. You are myopic. You are compound myopic. If you had no astigmatism correction, you would be simple myopic. But with your glasses off, everything is much too large. So that's why there's a minus sign. Your lenses minify an object to the correct size. Once an object is the correct size, you have an equal amount of astigmatic correction. Now there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has, hang on one second, it's my mailman asking me if he needs to come by today. I'm going to text him and say, no, send. I have the best mail carrier. A lot of people complain about the post office. He drops the mail off in the morning like he's supposed to do, but he has to pass by through here on the way to the post office. And he knows I do mail order, so he stops by to ask if he can pick up things for me to take for me so they get out and get entered into the system. How nice is that? What a great guy. So, but there's a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying everyone freaks out over the word astigmatism. But no one, it's like just shape. If someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair, you don't freak out when you hear that unless they were bald yesterday. But you still wouldn't freak out. You'd be skeptical. But so, you have one curve on your eye, minus 150 this way. 90 degrees away, you have a steeper curve this way. Minus 150 is the spherical, minus another 150 is the astigmatism correction. Is how we line those two curves up to make everything nice and crisp. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. For your right eye, we're going to turn it to 20 degrees. And let's check the second curve. You have minus 150 one way. You have an additional 150 the other way, and we end up at minus 3. Now, these first two numbers are real values to be concerned with. The last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. Now, he's texting me back. Okay, see you tomorrow. What a nice guy. What a great mail carrier. But you need 9 steps of far-sighted correction for your distance correction, but then only 1 full diopter of astigmatism correction. We're going to end up at 3 1/4. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 130. Now the Oakley 5140 Tie Bar 0.5 sells for $300. And you get 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses with that. The upgrade to Duravision Platinum is $99.99 for a total of $399.99. Tax free. The reason why I point that out in all my videos is that there's now the internet tax. A lot of people have to charge tax on the internet. I am in North Carolina. North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device. There is no tax collected on medical devices. So that's how I'm able to be tax free. Now, the state sales tax is 7.5%. If you were to buy these on the internet for the same exact price, you'd have to pay an additional $29.99, essentially $30 more. But Luis gets to keep that money, put it in his pocket, use it for something better than paying taxes. Now, taxes are good. There's no way to get around that. They do a lot of good things. I don't focus on the negatives. I only like to concentrate on the positives. But schools, well, I can't go out on a list of everything that is paid for by taxes, but I still think it's a good thing you don't have to pay tax on everything. There's still a few things out there there is no tax, like happiness. There's no tax on happiness. You can have as much of that as you want. You know what? Dreams. People, dreams are free. That's why you gotta have one. It doesn't cost you anything. You gotta have a dream. Something to hope for, something to strive for. I am a licensed, I like to point that out in my videos now. I'm a licensed optician. I went to college for this. I have 21 years experience in the field, and I've personally cut over tens of thousands of pairs of glasses. And I'm going to finish up the final inspection here. But I realize that I'm a cover band. I'm putting lenses in other people's songs. And I realized I wanted to write my own songs. So I'm coming out with my own line of eyewear that in a month, you'll see me. It'll be on this website. I'll bring it out and talk about it. It's called Christian Eyewear. It's going to look exactly like this frame, but instead of Ray-Ban, it's going to have a metal cross here. And then they're going to laser, which means they're going to engrave into the plastic and paint. You can either get a silver or a gold cross. And if you get a gold cross, you'll have gold here. If you get a silver cross, you have silver. The model numbers will be John 3:16 as the larger pair. This size will be Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, and the Philippians will come. You can do all things through Christ. It will come with a polarized magnetic clip-on, meaning you can do all things with it. Go indoors, outdoors, in between doors. Wherever there's no doors, you can go there too. Turn the axis wheel to 130. But it was just a dream. And that dream has come to fruition. It doesn't cost anything to have a dream. Now, it may cost money to implement the dream, but that's okay. It's only money. And I say that, I'm not saying that lightly. Do something wise with your time. You will always make your money back. You will never make your time back. There was a song from the Eagles called, it says you spend all your time making money, and then you spend all your money making time, and there's so much truth to that. So I read the first power. We're at minus 2 1/4. 2 1/4, you have a diopter of astigmatism correction. I'm going to see the second curve that comes into focus, and we're at minus 3 1/4. So that is made correctly. I want to check the PD, pupillary distance, which is 63. This is the horizontal measurement. The vertical measurement is 20. But let's start with the horizontal. I'm going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 63 millimeters. Now the optical center height of 20. Now you can go to, I'm always saying, don't look at the bottom of the lens. Look at the middle part of the frame. There is no frame. So now you can look, and we're getting 20 millimeters. How about that, everyone? So your dream of seeing the bottom of the lens came true. 20 millimeters. So anyone out there does not have a dream, just pick one. Pursue it. There's something to hope for, to know that tomorrow is going to be better than today. Push yourself, strive to become a better person. Now, a lot of people, it's human nature to compare yourself against someone else. And I was guilty of that myself. Now the only person I compare myself is who I was yesterday. And that's the only person I want to be better than, is who I was yesterday. Our time is limited on the planet. I have so much I would like to accomplish and do. I have found my soulmate and someone who helps me accomplish that. I encourage everyone else out there to find your soulmate, help them accomplish their dreams. You know, the path to accomplishing the dream always changes. The dream can change, but just keep in mind, there's more than one path to accomplishing any dream. Don't worry about obstacles. They are stepping stones. You will get over those. You will. The only difference between people who are between a winner and a loser is the only thing a winner has done is just tried one more time than the loser. It's amazing how close we get to success before we give up. You gotta keep going. There's a lot of suffering on the planet. Don't give in to it. Rise above that. And a lot of crazy stuff is going on now. We're not sure what lessons can be learned from it. And one thing I've taught myself, if I don't immediately see the lesson in something, then I should be the lesson and go out and make a difference in other people's lives. Just starting by making my own frames. I'm going to take that to another level. In a capitalistic world, money just means freedom. I'm going to take that money and provide freedom to a lot of people who wouldn't otherwise have it. And I'll elaborate on that later, but that's all part of my dream, one step at a time. As Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see this whole staircase. Just take the first step. Have faith. Take that first step, and the rest of the staircase will appear to you, as I appeal to you as well. But do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the bell icon if you haven't already. You can, if you have any questions, if there's an Oakley frame out there you want that I don't have listed, which is a 99% probability, go to the link. If you click on Oakley, it'll give you a link where you can tell me which model number, size, and color frame that you want. And I'll check on the price and availability of that for you. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses, on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. In fact, Luis, if you're on social media, if you ever take selfies, you can hashtag me on Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses, on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. If you can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. But Luis in Edinburgh, Texas, I thank you so much for the purchase of the Oakley 5140 Tie Bar 0.5 and the smaller of the two eye sizes, the 54, not the 56. This is color 02, the satin cortine, which is my best-selling color, copper with brown. And of course the Duravision Platinum Anti-Glare. And now hopefully everyone else has gotten a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.